Hey guys, today we're going to be making twice baked potatoes. This is our first time. There's going to be layers of flavor, so let's sit back and enjoy the ride together. The ingredients you will need are 4 large Idaho potatoes, 1.5 pounds of white cheddar cheese, 1.5 pounds of sharp cheddar cheese, bacon, 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1.5 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1.5 teaspoon of paprika, salt, a half to 3/4 cup of heavy cream, 2 to 3 tablespoons finely chopped chives, and a few sprigs of parsley for garnish.
So today guys, I've got 4 large Idaho potatoes which I've already scrubbed and washed properly. I'm going to be poking them with using a fork and getting them ready for baking. You need to do this for all of the potatoes, so I'm down to number 2. Here we see number 3 and 4 going down. After doing this, I'm going to place them onto the cutting board and I'm going to start cutting pieces of foil to wrap each one of the potatoes individually. Now that I have gotten all my foil cut up, it is now time to start wrapping our potatoes. Take a potato, place it in a piece of foil and wrap it tightly. We are going to be doing all 4 potatoes exactly the same way. Well, in case you missed it, we're going to do it one more time again. Take the potato, place it in the foil and wrap it tightly. We have got the second one down, the third one down, and the final one we're just finishing wrapping it up here, and the 4th one is now down. Place it into a 350-degree oven and bake until tender. While our potato is baking, let's start to cook some of our bacon bits. Woohoo! So our bacon bits will take approximately 20 minutes to cook down. I'm not a big fan of extra crispy bacon, but I do need a bit of texture. Well, it's about 20 minutes since our bacon has been cooking. And this is the way that I like it. Perfect. So let's get it off the stove. And here we have our beautiful fried bacon bits. So guys, about an hour and 50 minutes has gone by since our potato has been baking. After taking them out of the oven, I will set them down on the counter and let them rest for about 10 minutes before opening them. And 10 minutes has gone by. I am taking a short bamboo skewer. I am going to poke them and make sure that they are tender. And as you can see that the bamboo skewer is going in without any resistance at all. So this means that our potato is perfectly well cooked. So now that our potato is perfectly tender, let's take a quick cruise by and see what we need for the second stage in making our twice baked potatoes. Now that our potato has cooled down some, it is time now to remove the tops of the potato. Here I am gently taking my knife to cut off the tops of the potato. After doing that, I am going to take a spoon and gently scoop out inside of the potato. Take your time with doing this because you do not want to damage the potato skin. This will take some time to do, but remember you do not want to damage that potato skin at all because you are going to be filling it back up after you have made your mashed potatoes. Here I am also going to be scraping off some of the potato from the top of the potato which I have cut off. After doing this, do not throw it away. In case that you make a small damage in any one of the potatoes, this will be able to help repair it. And we'll be doing this for all the other 3 potatoes. So you know guys, this is the first time I'm actually making twice baked potatoes. So I hope I'm doing everything the right way. And the second one is down. I'm going to do the other 2 off camera. And so boys and girls, here are our hollowed out potato. As you can see, I had damaged one of the potatoes. This was where the top came in handy. Now that our potatoes are all hollowed out, let's start making our mashed potatoes. I'll be going in with 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. This is Kerrygold unsalted butter. And now that I've added my 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, I'm going to take my potato masher and start to incorporate the butter into the potatoes. Well, the butter is all incorporated, so I'm just going to my fridge to bring over my grated cheese. Here I get about 3 cups of white cheddar and about 2 cups of sharp cheddar cheese. First off, I'm going to be adding about 2 cups of the white cheddar cheese and begin to incorporate that cheese. And remember guys, we want this mashed potato to be cheesy and gooey. Now that our white cheddar is properly well incorporated, I'm going to be adding a second cheese to the mix, approximately 2 cups of sharp cheddar cheese. So our 2 cups of sharp cheddar cheese is added. Let's get everything properly well incorporated into the potato. Our potato and cheese are well properly incorporated together. Here I'm going to be adding some heavy cream. I'm going to be starting off with about a half cup of heavy cream. After adding the heavy cream, I'm going to give this a good old mix. We want to make sure that everything is properly well blended together. I tell you, this mashed potato looks good to eat right about now, but remember we have lots more ingredients to add to it. We are adding layers of flavor. So let's get those layers going. I'm going in with 1 teaspoon of black pepper, also 1.5 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, which will kick up the heat another notch. And you know I like that heat, of course. Here I'm going in with 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Next we are going in with a bit of salt to taste. And of course we are going to mix again. We need all those flavors to marry. Now that all those ingredients are properly well incorporated, our next ingredient will be 2 to 3 tablespoons of finely chopped chives, which will give it another layer of flavor and also adds a bit of color. I'm going to give this a mix again, of course, and I'm also going to taste for salt or anything else it may need. It is tasting absolutely delicious, but it can do with a bit of salt to enhance those flavors, so I'm going to add in probably about a half a teaspoon or so. Well, I've added my salt. I also have a bit of heavy cream remaining, so I'll also add that as well. I'm going to give this a final mix, and then we are going on to the next step, which is the fun part, filling our potato canoes. So here we have our little 4 potato canoes, which we are going to fill with our delicious creamy and cheesy mashed potatoes. Well, let's start doing this. I'm going to take my time when doing this, of course, because I do not want to damage those hollowed out potatoes. Well, when doing this, you want to put enough mashed potato into your little potato canoe until you create a bit of a molehill. This is for presentation purposes, of course, and also the benefit of having a little more of that delicious creamy mashed potato to eat. Now that I've gotten my second potato all filled up, I'm going to add a sprinkling of paprika on each one. This is for a bit of color, of course. After adding the paprika, I'm going to be sprinkling a bit of that sharp cheddar cheese on top. Of course, you know we want this to be cheesy as well. So now that our sharp cheddar cheese is on, I'm going to be adding some of those bacon bits which I cooked earlier on. This is a next level of flavor. And of course, you know, bacon makes everything better. And last but not least, we are adding a bit of finely chopped parsley for a bit of garnish. I'll be doing the other 2 potatoes off camera. And here's how gorgeous our potatoes are looking. Let's get a bit of a close-up. After finishing the other 2 off camera, I'll be putting it into a 350-degree oven until the cheese has melted. Well guys, let's get a sneak peek in our oven and see how our potatoes are looking. They are looking absolutely gorgeous. And as you can see guys, our cheese is properly well melted. So I say these twice baked potatoes are done. So I have taken my potatoes out of the oven. Let's get a little bit of a close-up once again, and let's get set up for our drive-by. Let's go!
And here we have it, our delicious and gorgeous looking twice baked potatoes. Hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notifications for more videos. See you all on our next cooking journey, and we're out until next time.